Alright, welcome back. We're looking at the Hisense 70 pint dehumidifier again. Hopefully everybody can see that. We're back at it after the repair in January. It's August now, and I'm going to take this thing apart, show you guys how to disassemble it, and also do a checkup on the inside to see how dirty or clean it may be. First things first, I'm going to get these homemade DIY HEPA filters off of here. You can see they're a little bit dirty. I mean, they should be. They're catching all that incoming air. And if they're in a basement like this, they're going to get dirty. So, should be able to just wash those out, reuse them. Put on some new tape. The unit's a little wet on the back where I unhooked the hose. Don't be alarmed. Okay, so in my other videos regarding this dehumidifier, people have been asking over and over, how do you take this thing apart? How'd you get the back off? How'd you do it? Over and over and over, and I've tried explaining it in the comments sections in all the videos, and there's a few people here and there that just can't seem to get the hang of it, so I thought I'd do a video and show you guys how to take this back off so you can get it completely disassembled to do the repair that I did. Now you're looking at the back of the dehumidifier. So let's go ahead and get this thing apart. Okay, there's 5 Phillips screws right here on the very back. You want to go ahead and take those out. And this seems to be where everyone gets hung up, is they can't seem to find the screws on the bottom side here. I'll show you. You can see that there's a screw inside that hole. This is the side of the dehumidifier. You want to turn it around to the other side, and you'll see another screw hole right there. So you want to go ahead and take these screws out. Those are the last 2 to get this back off. Okay, now that you've got all the screws out, the 5 on the back and the 2 on the sides, you want to go ahead and pull this thing apart. It's not that hard, just pull from the bottom. See, mine's already broken loose down there at the bottom. Then just pull the top off. It's really that easy. All you got to do is just pull on the back and it comes off. If it's really stuck on and won't come off, just pull. That's all you got. That's all you got to do. Now you're looking at the back of the unit, and you can see the cut down here where all the trash gets lodged in there. So we're going to go ahead and try to get in there and see what that looks like. Okay, I'm going to try not to take as much apart as I did last time, but let's take this cap off of here and get it out of the way. Hopefully you guys can see everything that's going on here. If not, I'll have to remake this video. Don't really want to do that, but okay. Now, let's pop this piece off of here. And you're going to need to pull forward on this guy. Okay. Let me unscrew that. It's actually coming loose. Right there. There we go. Just unscrew this piece. See if that'll come apart. Now, there we go. Figured out how to wiggle it out finally. Okay. Now, let's do a little quickie update inside here. You can see it's a little dirty in there. But it doesn't look like, well, it is kind of muddy. It's not like it was last time. It's mostly just water, but there's some dirt collected in the bottom. If you start rustling that stuff up on the bottom, it's a little muddy feeling. But it's nowhere near as nasty as it was back in January when I repaired this thing. So I'm going to go ahead and clean this back out since I'm already in here. And that way it's fresh, ready to go once again. As you can see, it doesn't take that long. It's not that hard of a job to get this piece pulled out, get the cap moved out of the way in order to get this off. And then get in here and just clean this little tub out. I mean, that's really the only thing that's keeping these things from working is just trash gets in here. And like I said, my filters have held off, you know, collecting a lot of dirt inside of here since January, and here it is August. And it could be a little bit better. I agree. I could have a little bit better filtration, and maybe I need to work on that a little bit. But as far as I'm concerned, it hasn't broken down again. It's not putting water in the bucket, so it's doing pretty good. You can see it's pretty clean around the hole right there where the water goes down through that, out of this bucket. Right, pull this screen if I can get to it. I'll get some pliers to get. Okay, maybe I can get to it with these needle nose. Not sure. Yeah, even the screen's not too bad. It's a little dirty. Like I said before, not nearly as bad as last time. I think this thing would last probably, if I was guessing, maybe another 4 or 5 months before it got clogged up and shut down again with my half-ass HEPA filters on it. But if I only have to clean this thing once a year, the way I've got it set up, that's pretty good. I will try to improve upon the filtration setup I've got. Try to make it a little bit better. But oh yeah, check out my turkey baster. Industrial strength. Obviously I don't use this on turkeys. I'm just gonna put this in here and move it around a little bit, try to clean this crap out. It's hard to get in here with everything in the way, but it is what it is. Now obviously, if you weren't using the pump on this unit, if you just had a hose hooked up to it right here where I'm cleaning out, then you wouldn't have these problems. You know, the water would just run out through the hose. No biggie, you know. Wouldn't go in your bucket or anything. And you wouldn't have this kind of a problem. But using it in a basement, you almost need the pump in order to pump it up into a drain like I have to do. So you got to keep this little compartment where the pump switch is clean in order for this thing to work. And unfortunately, these things are designed pretty crappy with pretty crappy filters. So now my clean filter light did come on here a couple weeks ago, I noticed, but the side filters they're a little dirty. I haven't cleaned them since I did the repair. I think I may have sprayed them out with air one time, but I haven't actually washed them in water and soap or anything like that. But anyway, the light came on and I just hit the clean filter button right here and just let it keep going. I wasn't worried about it. I knew that those filters would do better than the little screens that are inside of these, so I wasn't worried. And I knew I was going to do this video too to update you guys. I said I wasn't going to get crazy with this, but I think I'm going to go ahead and spray some Grease Lightning in here. It's just a all-purpose degreaser. And I'm going to go ahead and get as much of this stuff as I can while I'm in here. I'm going to go ahead and clean the screen out. You can do like I did to clean this out. You can go up to your bathroom and get your trusty toothbrush. Oh yeah, no more gingivitis. Okay, that looks clean enough to me. You can see down in there. Alright, let's go ahead and put this screen back in. Just get it in that groove. Get it back in there. You want to make sure you put that back in because that keeps a lot of that dirt from that front compartment from getting back into the back compartment. Now we can put this cap back in. Now let's go ahead and pop the bottom back on. Make sure you get everything lined up. Pull the sides out at the bottom just a little bit to get it over. Go ahead and put these bottom side screws back in. I'll speed up the process a little bit, putting them back in with my drill. Now if you're doing this, you want to set your clutch to a really low setting. I've got mine on 2, just so you don't break any of this plastic stuff. Now, that's really all there is to taking this apart and putting it back together. I mean, it's really easy, and it's been very hard to answer in the comments a lot of times on how to take this apart because there's really nothing to it that should be holding you up. Just those 2 side screws towards the bottom. That's really the only trick there is to remember to getting this thing off. And I got some advice for you. If you can't get the back off of this unit, you probably don't need to be working on these things. But I'm trying to show you how to do it to save you time and to save you money from having to ship these back to the manufacturer, because it's just a lot easier to go ahead and clean it yourself. There's really nothing to it. I'll try to put a link in the description of every one of my dehumidifier repair and update videos so that you guys can come back to this video if you're having trouble taking the unit apart, and you can see what I've done and just copy me, take it apart, do your repair, put it back together. Almost forgot. I'm going to wash these filters out with some soap and water. Actually, if I can get the tape off, we will. If not, I may just cut some new ones. Yeah, it pulls a little bit off, but it should be okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and reuse these. Gonna add some Dawn to these. Yeah, buddy. Okay, now I'm just gonna leave these out in the sun to dry, and then I'll be duct taping them back on the unit. Everything should be peachy keen. Thanks for watching.